So when it comes to review codes for games, there are generally three different ways to obtain a free copy of the game. The first one is that you send an application to the developer or publisher and they'll approve it. The second one is that they may possibly approach you. And the third one is that they just put a listing up and say, if you're registered as a reviewer, you can just go grab one if you want. And this was the third type, and it's the first time I've gotten this type of review key, and I didn't really know what to expect from it. And the game in question is called Cosmos Delivery and Logistics. Or at least it was when I got the key a few months ago and kind of forgot about it. In the time since, a couple months later, they've seemed to have rebranded the game already, despite releasing the game to Cosmo Cheats at Poker, which probably explains the game a bit better than the original name. The original was essentially implied that it was some kind of trucking game, because the game is set in some kind of space truck stop. But here, it's more clear that you're actually playing poker at the truck stops and you have the ability to cheat at them. And the thing about poker games is that they're kind of a tried and true concept. There isn't really, poker in Texas Hold'em, there's nothing really sophisticated about it. It's just poker. And pretty much personally my gold standard of poker games is Poker Night at the Inventory, where they had a very strong emphasis on adding supplementary details such as banter and characters and working with bluffs, which is really what a lot of Texas Hold'em poker is about, rather than the mechanics of getting the right cards. In this though, this has a bit of an emphasis on cheating at the game rather than looking at the characters and detecting bluffs and stuff like that. And because of that, I don't think this is a really good game, to be frank. It's kind of mediocre, because there isn't really a lot of character or personality in the poker players. Sure, there is a bit of personality in the world, and there's this radio with a 10-minute music loop of trucky music, but the real emphasis is on just playing regular poker and applying cheats to it. But the thing is, even when it comes to cheating with poker, I had a set of expectations from it. I didn't really know if they would emphasize bluffing and stuff like that, but cheating at poker is also a fairly well-established kind of concept, because it involves sleight of hand and trickery, and bluffing is one of the basic things that may be involved as well. But this doesn't actually involve any kind of cheating at poker in that resembles anything in reality. Instead, what you have are, I suppose, perks where you manipulate reality, for want of a better term, and you straight up just change the cards that exist on the table. There isn't really anything here that resembles real-life cheating, such as trying to steal cards while you're dealing, shortchanging the pot when you make a bet, trying to look at other players' cards. There's really nothing like that. And instead, you have the ability to just magically replace a card in your hand, or magically replace a card on the table, or just straight up replace all of the cards randomly. And because of that, it really does feel like just straight cheating rather than working with real life cheating in poker and making mechanics around that. And I think there was a lot of potential that's kind of lost here, because the end result of it is that this is kind of just cheats, like actual video game style cheats, where you manipulate the game and modify the game to your liking. And yeah, there are some limitations, you can only apply so many modifications before you need to earn more energy for it, but it kind of feels shallow and unsophisticated, I would say. And because of that, I don't really even know what to recommend here. I don't even really have a commitment to review this game because of the way I retain the key, but every time I get a key, I feel obligated to at least try to record something, so I'm kind of just speaking candidly into the microphone at the moment. And that's kind of it. It's about $10 or $15 depending on your country and exchange rate. But I only really got about half an hour or an hour of entertainment out of it before I realized, well, it's not really unique from anything else. It's very easy to game the AI by just maxing out your bets and scaring them all away, so you can just slowly get a bit more money every round. And there isn't really any kind of player elimination system. So like if the NPCs run out of money, they just put more money in. And you also have an infinite amount of minimum money. So you can always join the lowest ranking table. So there's no real game over state either. And well, I guess that's kind of it. Like everything else is just regular poker. And it goes pretty quickly because it assumes that you know the rules. It's just regular Texas Hold'em. There's a small blind, there's a big blind, the dealer cycles around the table, and that's kind of it. Like, I didn't know what to expect, and then when I read the info, I made an expectation, and then it turns out that this doesn't really resemble or have any real link to cheating in poker in real life at all. Anyway, that's it for my impromptu video of the day, and I don't think for the price it's really worth getting, but it is what it is.